My name is John Burks. I'm a financial analyst, and I'm creating a series of videos regarding certain different business applications or softwares that any organizations can use to improve their business processes. Now, the first video was with Alteryx, which is a powerful business analytical tool that helps you analyze and formulate your data. I also showed how those outputs are presented in Excel and also with the reporting tool from Alteryx. Then I went into some visual aids with another great software called Tableau. And then lastly, the last video was regarding RStudio, where you analyze your data using some statistics. Now this is the video where you have to store your data. This is a database that I found online that is free, and I'm going to go over some of the information regarding the database as well as some queries that you can run. Now this is the platform in front of you. You can import your data with this button over here, okay? And then once you create your databases, which is I created table 1 and table 2. Before you write any queries, you have to make sure that you're in those tables by clicking on your actual database over here, okay? Now you have your columns for one of the databases here over on the right. You have a console that shows all your queries once you execute your queries. And then you have all these other tools above that you can use to help you. You can use a wizard on here, or you can just write your queries, which I'm going to do. And also you can export your data. Now, the thing is, when you create a table, you can click New, and then you have to structure your data. Okay, you put the column name, you put the type, if it's an integer or varchar. Okay, and then once you have that, you can use this query. Like now, I made up. Now all this information is fake. I made up the information for the table 1 as well as the table 2 was downloaded from a fictitious company online. And to insert the information, I'm going to grab the query that I wrote. Okay, so I insert this into the table. Now, when you create your columns, make sure you get rid of your column headers, because what it will do is create this as a row. So actually, I entered it from here is the table. So this is the actual values that I entered into the table 1, okay? And if you wanted to see the data in your table, so we're going to go with table 1. This is the query. You want to see all the data in table 1. And then that's table 1, okay? And then if you want to see information in table 2, this will give you the query for information in table 2. And on the right here, you'll see the information in the tables, okay? So there's all the information for the fictitious company. And then if you want to do a where clause, this is the query for the where clause. So I'm filtering on revenues that are greater than 20,000. And there's the revenues greater than 20,000. If you want to select the average revenues, this is the queries for this. And down here is the average revenues. Okay. If you wanted to do the max revenues, and we got the max revenues. Okay. If we want to do to find out which who is the which which segment was the max revenues. Here we go here. Okay, it was the channel partners. And then we want to know the min. And this is the min by segment, channel partners. If you want to count your values, it's the count. And there's 100 values. Okay. If you want to do, say, profit margins, or just per profit margins per column, oops, I put the select. Oh, there it goes. And if it errors, it lets you know on the bottom. And there's the profit margins per column. Now, if you wanted to do the total profit margins, and there's the total profit margins. If you want to sum your revenues, that's summing your revenues. Okay. Now, if you wanted to do an as clause, so you sum your revenues and change the column name, and see, I change it to margins. And then if you want to do a regular join without on a specific field, there's your basic join between the two tables, but it doesn't look right because you want the country to join on the country, and I'll show you that in a second. And see how it joins on the country. And then of course you can do a where clause with the join. So it's giving my revenues greater than 10,000. Okay. And then lastly, if you want to do a nested query, and here's your nested query. Okay. So these were real quick, brief, the syntax or the queries for doing against this database, this Phpmyadm. So I mean, download it. It's fairly easy to learn. When you click on certain items, the columns come up automatically for you. So this was a brief tutorial, and I hope you enjoyed and hope you learned something from it. Till next time, I'll see you then. Take care.